For him. I have been without internet for 6 days. It has been a struggle because I couldn't actually upload videos with my cell phone. Even though the download speed was good enough, the upload speed was non-existent. So my backup internet wasn't even strong enough to actually get a video uploaded. So it has been a struggle. I apologize. Moving on to other things, the Razer Kishi and the iPhone for Genshin Impact. We tried this at one point in time using the Razer Kishi for Genshin Impact, but at the time, it did not have controller support at all. With the new update, patch 1.3 on Genshin Impact, on iOS only, and I've tried, on iOS only, you can switch to controller support. So now we're going to actually do a re-review of the Razer Kishi here to see if it actually works very, very well now with Genshin Impact. So let's get into it. How you doing? How you be? Top to the AB, and this is a review of the Razer Kishi, given that Genshin Impact now supports controllers. Hopefully we'll see if this guy here is also supported. In the box, you just get the controller. I mean, there's not a whole lot to it. It does give a box that has some extra accessories for the iPhone version, but it's neither here nor there. If you want to see that, I'll put the link to the actual review of the Razer Kishi. So with the Razer Kishi here, we'll just kind of give you a brief overview in case you did not see that video. All it is these buttons here are a little bit mushy, but everything else feels relatively solid. We're just going to go ahead and open this guy up and expand it to give you an idea of how this will look. So let me go ahead and pop in my phone here. So, especially when we were playing Call of Duty Mobile, it immediately saw the controller. There was no problems whatsoever. However, when we played in Genshin Impact, it did not see it at all. So what we're going to be doing here is a Nintendo Switch to give you an idea of the footprint of this guy. So Nintendo Switch, Razer Kishi with an iPhone 12. This is just a standard iPhone 12. And so that way you can get a good idea of the footprint here. And we'll go like that. So essentially, it's the same size as the Nintendo Switch. Probably a little bit smaller screen when it comes to the vertical, but overall, it's the exact same thing. So we're gonna go ahead and fire up Genshin Impact and see exactly what it can do. So, and we're back here. We have Genshin Impact fired up here. And as you can see, by default, the controller does not work. So it doesn't automatically detect it the way it does with PC and an Xbox controller. Once you have an Xbox controller hooked up to your PC and it sees it upon load, it would immediately switch to the controller support. So it's not quite there yet, but we're gonna go ahead and enable controller support, which is going to be in your settings. And then controller type, as you can see there, it does see it. So let's go ahead and switch to controller. And as you can see here, it actually switches to the Xbox version. So now we can just leave with A. So now B is attack, A is jump, and then your X is going to be absolutely nothing. I'm guessing it's like picking up stuff. And then your Y is going to be your ult. And then your right trigger, which is going to be right here, is going to be your skill, your E skill. And you can aim with left trigger. I'm choosing Ganyu here because Ganyu is a bow user, so the best way to figure it out is to run a bow user. Okay, so yeah, so your left trigger here switches into arrow mode, and then your right trigger is your skill. But if you switch it to arrow mode, you can use the right trigger to fire. Oh yeah, see, this is good, this is good. So the only thing that really is going to be kind of a problem here is switching characters, because you may get this wrong, because the problem is, for example, in on PC, when you switch characters, for example, you show all 4 characters here in the top right. So let's say if Ganyu is up and Klee is right, Sucrose is left, and Jean is down, they're always like that. Period. That's exactly how they roll. They're going to be exactly like that 24/7. But here, you can lose track of who you have and who's up next. Because Ganyu, instead of switching to up arrow, she's now right arrow. So it's very hard to like chain things together. So that's going to be the only problem here. But outside of that, I don't really see anything wrong with this guy here. A little mushy up here. Just a little bit mushy. I'm not crazy about it. I prefer an Xbox controller or a Nintendo Switch controller. But this is... well, as far as buttons go, let's not kid ourselves. I don't want the smallness of it. This is a lot bigger, but just the touch part of it. So we're gonna go ahead and start this up here. Keep that. Oh. I'm gonna die. Oh. Okay, so I was able to get out all my abilities before I ate the big one. Okay, let's see. Oh, I still hit him. Ooh, hit him hard too. Yeah, see, that's gonna throw me off. Cause you see there, I tried to switch to Klee, but the problem is I don't know who's who. Bye. So yeah, it's as good as it can possibly be on mobile. Just for me playing it. It's just that you have to understand how your main DPSers, like whatever buttons you normally assign to your main and your off DPSer, you have to understand exactly how they work. First character is usually up arrow, right? But up arrow is now your off DPS. And then, so basically, that means that your secondary character will now be forward. And that's kind of the way it does it. So it's like, it's very confusing to know who is who and who is up. You kind of have to glance over there to get a good idea, because you don't want to press the wrong button. But, I mean, this is okay. Okay. Now let's go ahead and give this a shot here. So, with your Ganyu, of course, it's always a good idea to aim for the floor. Stay still. Seriously?
Next on the agenda, access denied.
Seriously?
Animal test 6308.
Ah, see that? But when you do hit him hard. It's definitely playable. It's playable and beatable. I don't really see any problems getting your way here.
Think you can get away? Everybody's dead.
No, you don't. Goodbye. Come here.
Here we go.
Time for retribution.
Brace yourselves.
Come on.
Brace yourselves.
See, you have the same issue that you had in Call of Duty Mobile, and that is it takes too long. It takes too much of an actuation in order to register the right trigger. So when you're actually trying to fight them, it's kind of difficult.
Take off.
That was so stupid. I burned his oh, that was very dumb. Hopefully I can get it back.
Brace yourselves.
Get that.
Brace yourselves.
Give me that.
Let's play.
So I'm just making sure I got some energy back to get ready for the next phase, because he needs his ult for next round. Oh my god, they have no.
Animal hypostasis simulation. Wait, hear me. No touching.
No, you don't.
No touching.
Hey, how's it going? So, I mean, it's playable. 3-star in it, maybe, probably. But I mean, my characters are really, really overpowered for this.
Think you can get away? Go ahead. Think this is upon you. Let me try. Get out of here.
Jab and cross.
Here we go.
No, I'm on her.
This is upon you. Go ahead.
Y'all,
Think you can get away?
this is over.
Let me scry.
Yeah. This is okay. One, it's an OP team, but two, this can take some getting used to, but it's not bad. The right trigger is what kills you, and the up, left, down, right. This isn't bad. It's just that the way it is on the controller versus it being on PC, having all 4 characters and these being static throws you off really, really badly. So it's very difficult to flow. So like whenever I play, me personally, so whenever I play Genshin Impact, I like to flow in and out of ults. So like I'll pop, you know, like a Venti ult or a Sucrose ult. Sucrose for the elemental mastery and to group mobs up, and Venti just for his arrow. And then I would switch to another character like a Bennett or a Jean and set up. Jean for the damage reduction because my Jean is C6, or Bennett for the attack power buff, and Jean for the attack power bonus as well because she's wearing the Noblesse Oblige set. So I'll set up and then I'll use my DPSers to finish them off, whether it's Klee or Mona or Tartaglia or whoever your main DPSer is. That's kind of what I like to do, and I like to flow in and out of fights. This isn't great for that because of the way it switches your characters. It will take some getting used to because you may think that it's up when it's really right as far as the actual buttons go, and that can throw you off really, really badly. However, after playing it for a while and understanding exactly what happens with this right trigger here, I think it is extremely possible. This may be one of the best ways to play Genshin Impact until Genshin Impact comes on the Nintendo Switch. Now, when it comes on the Nintendo Switch, we may have another conversation, but these buttons are so much smaller, so I would actually prefer this guy over the Nintendo Switch. Anything that can get you as close as humanly possible to an Xbox controller is kind of where you want to be with this particular game. So we're just going to go ahead and finish this out now that we're on the 3rd chamber.
Worth it 'cause the fish tastes so.
All right, Klee, we get it. We get it, Klee. We get it. All right. There's no need to be afraid of these guys.
For Rex Lapis.
Don't be a killjoy.
Access denied.
Looks like I...
Ooh.
Absorption test. I swear by my sword.
I don't even know.
My work. Finish up.
Come on. No, you don't. Ugh. Come on.
This is bad. Yes. This is it.
Come here. Okay, so you can still do that. So that's good. Oh, let me do that. That way you guys can see. Hi. Bye.
No touching.
So yeah, I mean, it's definitely playable. You can pretty much play. This is so much better than playing with just pressing buttons on the actual screen. It's hard to describe how much better this is. This right here is fantastic in comparison. Shut up. You take that. Knocked her to the other side of the room.
A winner gliding me faster. Let's play.
Come on, give it to me.
Think you can get away?
Ugh.
Here we go.
It's a little hard to see. So I don't know if I can get that,
Here we go. Would it gliding be faster?
Come on.
Yahoo!
Come on. Come on, give it to me.
Would it gliding be faster? Think you can get away?
Come on.
Stand back!
Trying to get to kill him before 8 minutes hit.
Let me scry.
Get him.
Decided by destiny.
Got him. So overall, you kind of have to give it to Razer Kishi. This is kind of going to be like your gold standard in comparing other controllers and controller support with Genshin Impact. This guy is really good. It's only short against like maybe an Xbox controller that maybe had a place where you can put in the screen. That would only be the only thing that can really beat this. But this right here, this form factor, I like it a lot. I like it a whole lot. I like it better than Nintendo Switch. I just wish, I mean, even if they came out with a version that was like $20 more, but gave you a better, this right here was better, and then the actual right trigger attenuation was better, so that whenever you just press it slightly, it would immediately start using the ability. That right there would just put this thing over the moon. That would make this like A+. I would say this would be S tier if it had those two abilities, but the way it stands now, this is A+. I could even play on mobile before. Now I can actually travel with this. So instead of me trying to travel with like a laptop or something like that for just playing playing Genshin Impact, I can just take this with me. So this is super good. Overall, final thoughts. This guy is really cool. The ability to play Genshin Impact using a controller is super awesome. I've never had this type of experience for Genshin Impact before, and I like it. I wish if they came to the Nintendo Switch. So if the Nintendo Switch had it, it would be similar to a Nintendo Switch vibe, and that's what I kind of dig about this guy. It's very Nintendo Switch-esque, and it's working on Genshin Impact, which means now the opportunities are endless. You can go anywhere with this guy and just use this instead in your cell phone, and you're good to go. So if you're trying to, you know, cap resin and you try to burn all your resin really quickly and you're not at home, all you gotta do is fire this guy up. This guy here is super portable. So if you wanted to just play it with just this guy here, you know, you can just pop this out and put it back in its little case just like this and just take it with you. It's super compact and super portable. Let me turn this volume down here. So all in all, these two guys, this right here, this pairing goes together. This pairing is super good. I definitely recommend it. And here on out, I will be comparing all controllers for Genshin Impact against this controller. That's how good it is. So that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and like button. If you really like it, I'm gonna subscribe. I love you either way. Take care, all the best, and bye.